Hello, everybody. I thought I'd read another of the Little Miss stories. And not very long ago, I read the story of Little Miss Splendid. And Little Miss Splendid was very loud, wasn't she? Very huge hat and her fancy shoes, and her fancy handbag. And she was very posh and thought she was better than everybody else. Well, this story is the story of somebody who is almost the complete opposite, Little Miss Shy. Now, Little Miss Shy, do you know what colour Little Miss Shy is? Anybody? Yes, she's blue, but she has like little pink cheeks. One there and one there. Little pink cheeks. She's got sort of hair, black hair, I think. Yes, black hair. And it looks like she's always covering her mouth, as if she's always frightened that she's said something she shouldn't have. So that is Little Miss Shy. She looks shy. If you saw her in the corner of the playground, you think, oh, she needs someone to go and talk to her because she looks a bit shy and probably hasn't got the confidence to go and talk to other people. So I wonder what this story is about for Little Miss Shy. Little Miss Shy just couldn't help it. Being shy, that is. She was terribly, desperately shy. She was so shy it hurt. And some people are like that. It's what they call painfully shy. If at any time at all, anyone at all said anything at all to her, she blushed like a beetroot, so her face went all red. She lived all alone in a little house quite a long way from where you live. In fact, quite a long way from where anybody lives. Thimble Cottage, and you can see, look, it's sort of over lots and lots of different hills and through all the woods, and it's just all there on its own. So presumably then she doesn't have to worry about meeting people, which she would find uncomfortable. Little Miss Shy was so shy she couldn't bring herself to leave her little cottage. She never went shopping. The thought of walking into a shop and asking for something was absolutely terrifying. So she grew all her own food in the garden of Thimble Cottage and lived a very quiet life. Very, 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 very quiet life indeed. Little Miss Shy, who was having breakfast in the kitchen of her Thimble Cottage, dived under the table in terror. But it was only the postman knocking at the door. "Anybody home?" he called. Little Miss Shy, under the table, put her hands over her ears and shut her eyes, hoping nothing would happen. She must be out, thought the postman to himself, and he pushed the letter he was carrying under the door and walked away. It sounds like she doesn't have a letterbox, doesn't it? Little Miss Shy waited and waited and waited until the sound of his footsteps had died away. Then she waited some more. In fact, she spent most of that day under her kitchen table. Gee, this is really sad, isn't it, to be that shy? That's very sad. It was dark by the time Little Miss Shy dared to come out. There it was on the doormat. The very first letter she'd had in the whole of her life, and she opened it cautiously. It was from Mr. Funny. "You are invited," said the letter, "to a party," it went on. "On Saturday," it said, "at 3 o'clock. It added, "It's going to be fun, fun, fun." Little Miss Shy was horrified. She looked at the letter again. "I can't go," she thought. "There'll be people there, people." In the whole wide world there was nothing, absolutely nothing, that frightened Little Miss Shy more than the thought of people. She worried about it all night long, but the following morning she made a decision. "I'll have to go," she thought. "It wouldn't be polite not to." But 5 minutes later she changed her mind. And 5 minutes later she changed her mind again. But 5 minutes later, guess what? That's right. She didn't sleep that night at all. The following day was a Friday, and that Friday Little Miss Shy changed her mind 144 times. For anybody that knows, that's 12 times 12, 144 times. That's how many 5 minutes there are in a day. She was going to the party. She wasn't going to the party. She was going to the party. She wasn't. She was. She wasn't. She was. She wasn't. It was a long day. That Friday night was even worse than Thursday night had been. She didn't sleep a wink, not even half a wink. Saturday morning came and went. Saturday lunchtime came and went. Little Miss Shy just couldn't eat a thing. 1 o'clock in the afternoon came and went. 2 o'clock in the afternoon came and went. And then 3 o'clock, which you'll remember, is party time. 3 o'clock came and went. But poor little Miss Shy didn't. She couldn't. She just sat there. A tear rolled down her cheek. Oh dear, she said. I do wish I wasn't so shy. 4 o'clock came. There was a loud knock on the door, and little Miss Shy hid behind her chair. The door opened, and in walked Mr. Funny. I knew you wouldn't come, he laughed, looking at her behind the chair. So he went on, I've come to take you. Poor little Miss Shy. She blushed and blushed and went, Come on, cried Mr. Funny, seizing her by the hand. You'll enjoy it once you're there. And he marched the blushing little lady off to his party. She doesn't look very happy, does she? Everybody was there. Look, do you know, I think I've seen that party picture before. I think that's the picture they use every time there's a party of all the Mr. and Little Misses. Little Miss Shy didn't feel very well, but everybody talked to her. Everybody was very nice, and gradually, the longer the party lasted, bit by bit, little by little, eventually, guess what happened? She stopped blushing. She actually started to enjoy herself. Told you so, laughed Mr. Funny. Little Miss Shy nodded and giggled. She was having the time of her life, and she was only blushing a bit. And do you know who she met at the party? She met probably the only person who is even quieter than Little Miss Shy, which is, of course, Mr. Quiet. I used to be shy like you, he said. Little Miss Shy looked at him. I don't believe you, she giggled, and then she thought, Would you like to come to Thimble Cottage for tea tomorrow? She said. Mr. Quiet looked at her. Me, he said, blushing like a beetroot. Tea, he said, blushing like 2 beetroots. Tomorrow, he said, blushing like a whole sack full of beetroots. Oh. And then he fainted. Well, that's the end of the story. But do you think that Mr. Quiet and Little Miss Shy, do you think they're going to be friends? Because it feels like they've each met somebody who doesn't frighten them, who they can have a quiet conversation with. I think it's quite a nice story, that. And it does just show, doesn't it? Sometimes some people are really, really shy. And it's a good idea sometimes just to go and talk to them and just make them feel relaxed and comfortable and happy. And if you feel shy, well, what is there to worry about? Sometimes we just have to go out there, and sometimes it's difficult, and sometimes it's much easier than we expect. So you never know, do you? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that story. Be happy, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.